No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 316. Mets 10:14 p.m. Dixie 7:14 a.m. Before establishing a telepathic link with his allies in Australia, along with Joey in France, Balloony looked in on Joey, along with Lizzie and Eddie and Dixie, to ensure that his three accessible friends who might be sleeping were awake and amenable to a quick meeting of the minds. Receiving confirmation from all three, he once again brought the two pies, the three Bordens, Karen and Paul, down Cooktown Way along with Joey and Metz into telepathic rapport in order to update everyone of what Z had learned via his four-legged spies in Cooktown. Hello, everyone, Z began. I hope it's neither too early in the morning nor late in the evening for any of you. As you can see, we have everyone except Pilatray linked in. Thanks to the marvelous work of Cheeky, Jerald, and Patterpaws, I was able to enlist help from four separate friends in Brisbane. A water rat named Ben, a lovely red-flying fox who goes by Little Red, a magpie lark named Maggie May, and for nighttime observation, a long-eared little batty friend Janelle. Eddie, sitting side by side with Lizzie on their bed, reached over to Jerald, who sat on her lap, and scratched Jerald's head while declaring, "Way to go, troops!" Giving Jerald a light hug, Lizzie smiled, hugged Za, kissed the top of his head, and said, "Wonderful work." "Indeed it is," Balloony said. "Though not continuous, our four new friends have made 24-hour surveillance on the home the Brentsies are renting, and in the case of Maggie and Janelle, some nearby off-site observations as well. Based on what they've shown me firsthand via their senses while in rapport, along with reports they have provided me, I am convinced that the Brentsies are creating a smokescreen through which they plan to provide an escape for Brent. Brent's parents, Maxima and Minimum, have been enjoying frequent excursions via their yacht, the Dorothy, and their jet, the Moxie, separately, together, and simultaneously. These excursions were at any hour and with either minimal, in the case of the Moxie, or no advance notice for sailing the Dorothy. Based on our spies' observations, I am convinced that their goal is to normalize this behavior in order to set up a situation where Brent will be able to slip away on one of the transcontinental devices while the other is likewise in use. As you all know, I have a great reluctance to enter Brent's mind at even a superficial level, and to a far lesser extent, I am also concerned about tipping my hat to him by entering his parents' psyches. After weighing the risks and benefits concerning intel versus exposure, I began establishing the weakest of observation-only links with Minima, and via these observations I am now completely certain that this is the plan. The terrible trio would love to also have the Brentseacopter at their disposal to create a thicker and wider smokescreen, but thus far the request for returning the Brentseacopter to Brisbane has been denied. Having listened in on some of their conversations, I know the goal of Max and Min is to facilitate Brent's escape from Australia and then transport him to a country that does not have an expedition treaty with either the US or Australia. This, of course, leads to the question, how can we alert the authorities to their plans without exposing my existence? Anyone? I have no idea, Lizzie said, but it's a long shot. I could reach out to Officer Truganini and see if she can direct us, but I don't know how I'll be able to explain to her how or why. Let me ponder a while and reach out to her when we have a plausible cover story. Is that acceptable? I say yes, Paul replied, and in the meantime, Karen and I will be working on a reasonable story as well. All right then, Big B said. We'll let the stew simmer a while and then see if any revelations boil up. Thank you all, Z concluded, before everyone said their goodbyes and Z broke the link.